Hello and welcome to lesson 15.3. This is for CS112 with the University of Idaho's dual credit program. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about how to change location size and color of a specific kind of inside of a procedure. Uh, Last class, or last time that what we did is we created a blue rocket and it had gray cone and gray boosters, or I called them fins on there. Uh, Now what we're going to do is we're going to modify that so that whenever we use draw rocket, it's going to tell it where to go, what size to be, and what color to be as well. So you can kind of start imagining how this is going to start kind of making our program that's much powerful. So here's if you didn't get it last time, this is the code that you should have. If you don't have this code, this is the code that you should be taking from 15.2. The assignment was for you to make your own, but you need to be able to kind of have this code so that you can kind of follow along with me. So once you're ready, make sure you continue on, but pause it right now if you're not there. So location. We wanted to send it to a specific location. We don't want it just like stuck in one place. Like, oh, we can only be like everywhere. Everything's at the same place. We are going to change this a little bit. And the way that we're going to change this is, I'm going to go to our processing screen. So the way we're going to change this is we are going to add in this void draw rocket, we're going to add something in here. And what we're going to add in is we're going to tell it to have a float. And we're going to call that float X. And we're going to have a float called Y. And with that, we're going to delete both of those. The reason that we delete both of those is otherwise it's going to, regardless of what we tell it is up here, it's going to set it to be something else. So now, whenever we kind of are looking at this, all right, everything's fine, except right here, this draw rocket is suddenly lit up red. It wasn't before. And it tells us down here that the draw rocket function expects parameters like a float and a float. Why? Because we provided it and told it you should expect a float and a float. Alright, so let's do something. Let's make it width divided by 2 and height divided by 2. Let's go ahead and hit that run button. And so that you can see it. Alright, so we made a rocket. It's in the center. Cool, awesome. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we want to make it so that we can draw 2 rockets, right? Because I mean, what's better than 1 rocket? 2 rockets. All right, let's add something in here. So let's make another draw rocket, and let's make that draw rocket. Let's make this one go to 200, 100, and let's change this one up, and let's make this at let's just do 100, 200. Why? Because we're real original. Oops, and that won't know what that is. That will know what it is. So if I push this button and I go over to this screen, I have 2 rockets. Awesome. They're in 2 different locations. Except this one's a little big. Like, they're all kind of a little big, right? And we have that set in our program of how to change that size. But for us, we want to make it so that all of them could be different sizes. So let's go ahead and try that. So what we can do is we can actually start adding in more. We can add more parameters. We can add an infinite amount of parameters. Well, not really infinite, just however much our computer can handle. But we can put in as many as our computer can handle. So let's add in a couple of new parameters, and maybe not even new, maybe ones that already exist. So for example, let's just do float rocket size. Why? Because we already have it, and it means we don't really have to program much. So if I just delete this, hey, everything's fine. And so we can go and we can change that rocket size. And let's go ahead and, while we're here, let's make it so that we can change the color. This one's a little different. We haven't really worked with this one before, and this is creating a variable for color. And so we say color, and we say rocket color. Oops, Not like that though, like that. Now, it's not going to expect it in terms of like you putting in red. It's not going to know what you mean whenever you put in red. And we also don't actually have it called anywhere of where to actually change that color. And so what we're actually going to do is down here at fill, we're going to change this to be rocket color. Now, Draw Rocket's kind of freaking out. It's going, hey, yo, you need to do some stuff in here. All right, so we need to give it a size. Let's give it a size of, let's make it kind of extreme. Let's do 60. And then it also expects a color. And what we do is, this one's a little different in that we do color, and we tell it specifically what color. So let's do, let's make this one red. So let's go 255, comma 0, comma 0, close that up. This one, let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it be the 121 again, and let's add a color, and let's make this one green. So 0, 255, 0. Now, when I click this button, we have a big green rocket and a little red rocket. That's exactly what we were looking for. Okay, so here's your plan, and here's what you're kind of going for with this. What you're going to be doing is, for your assignment, you are going to be, oops, that is not where you need it to be. There we go. From your assignment, what you're going to do is, from your 15.2, add the following. Modify it so that you can have parameters for your x, your y, the size, and the color. Draw at least 2 figures of the same object with different locations. Can you have more on there? Sure. But you're going to make sure that you have those different sizes, locations, and colors. Comment on all sections of your code, and submit it like your teacher wants it via a zip folder to whatever location that they've decided. As always, happy coding.